Yeah, a false essay allegation will in fact get you fired from DoorDash. Okay, if you guys hear my dog crying, I don't know what he needs. He's had 2 treats, he's gone outside. I think he just needs a nap maybe. Sweetheart, you okay? Today we are going to be talking about IRL Monster High doll. Now, she is not like a huge influencer. She does have quite a lot of followers, which is super cool. But so I didn't know who she was, but that literally does not mean anything. Now, she posted a story time that has since been deleted twice, explaining how she was door dashing and she was SA'd. Now, obviously, that made a lot of people extremely worried. So she did a whole story time explaining the situation. She walked up to a house, and one time when she told the story, the door was closed, and then another time it was like partially cracked open, and inside the door on the couch was a man laying on the couch with his underwear and his pants down around his ankles. So you can imagine what he was doing, or had been doing. He had since fallen asleep, and then that is when she said that the SA occurred. It was her seeing him lying there on the couch, and people were sort of like, excuse me? So she took a video, she reported him to DoorDash, and she also posted that video on TikTok of the man in his own home in the state that he was in. Okay, Luke, that's enough now. No more. Okay, baby. Can you just be a little bit quieter? Because I think the microphone's picking me up, baby. So anyways, people were very upset that she not only doxed this man, she posted a very graphic video, and she was not actually SA'd. This man was in his own home. So if I can somehow find one of the original videos, I will play it for you. But she goes through explaining this entire situation, and then she says that DoorDash fires her.
October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver, and I got it on video. The customer who committed a crime against me requested that their order be left at their front door, and when I arrived to their house, their front door was wide open. It was 59 degrees Fahrenheit. All of their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles. This person's name is Austin, and their last initial is N. I reported this to DoorDash and the police, and DoorDash luckily banned the customer, but the police are doing nothing. I also posted the video that I have of the proof to TikTok, and after a day and a half of it going completely viral, TikTok took down the video for suggestive content and gave my account a strike. They've also denied my appeal to have it reinstated. I'm absolutely reposting the video again, but with a little censor blur so it can't be removed for the same reason, because this is literally the only justice I'm getting. In the wake of my victimhood, the police are doing nothing to prevent or stop this man from doing it again, and they're not doing anything to punish him for already having done it. So if the only justice I'm going to get is the fact that he's banned off the platform and that video went viral and now he can live with that shame and embarrassment, then that's what it's gonna have to be. So TikTok, keep this video up. Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for SA, or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. But after so many people told me to report it to the police, I did. And I called the non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again. And he understood that, the police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but, it's the point that he said. He said he's not sure if that there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house. And specifically, he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out or like his window with it out or whatever. But it's like, come on now. Like, how likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on. You got all your lights on in your house. You got your front door open, right? You just ordered DoorDash 15 minutes ago. And within 15 minutes of ordering DoorDash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants and your underwear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on, it's freezing outside. Like, come on now. That is voyeurism. That is exhibitionism. That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling for that man. Oh, and I forgot to say the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family. Anybody could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances, with your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child. Anybody could come up on your porch and see that. Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim. Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
And DoorDash, they did post a couple responses to this whole situation.
DoorDash has released another statement in the situation with the girl who says she was SA'd and fired from DoorDash. So we've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever experience SA, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it. Full stop. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with the law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe, and that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. So, in this case, the Dasher shows up, the guy's door was wide open, and he was laying on his couch with his pants around his ankles, fully exposing himself to the Dasher. The Dasher takes her phone out, takes a video of this man so she has proof, and then reports it to DoorDash. She is then deactivated a few minutes later, or while she's dashing, I'm not sure which. And she comes to the internet, tells her story, and DoorDash says, that is not why we deactivated her for the SA. We deactivated her because she was recording our customer, and as you see here, it's against their policy.
But, surprise, surprise, Miss DoorDash girl got removed from the platform.
Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job. Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. And in the email, they said, you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. I never got the email. So last night, I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team. The person on the community response team told me that was the highest team I could get to. There's literally nobody else she could transfer me to. I could hang up the phone and call back and then get transferred to the community response team again. So I sat on the phone with her for another 25, 30 minutes. And she told me that she couldn't tell me. There's no way that they could tell me what the reason why I just lost my job.
And obviously this makes her really upset.
You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. Remember? I'm the victim. And they took down my video. They were going to have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were going to have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope.
And I do understand why she is concerned about the money that she had in the app, like not getting to her. That really genuinely does suck. And she does post about this like a few more times.
3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer, and then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. And this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. So what? So what? You're gonna take down my videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up. I just better sit here and be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also gotten assaulted, and the police are doing nothing to help me. So let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or where he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one being punished. He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like, what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired? Why are my videos getting taken down? And why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my job. I'm the victim. Right? Is this making sense to any fucking buddy?
But then she starts getting a little, I don't know, like screaming that she's the victim?
Hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me. It's really making me feel so validated and seen and heard. And that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal, and about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal. They finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me. So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost my job together. That's the update.
And obviously, this has raised a lot of very interesting takes on the whole situation. And it is kind of hard to get a good grasp on what really happened, because first she says that the door was closed and that she opened it. Then she said it was kind of left ajar a little bit, so that way he was in eyesight and he was like, sleeping. And so it is hard to understand like what really happened, because she changes her story a few times. And then people were like, you're claiming that you got SA'd, but that's not, that definitely is indecent exposure and no one should be subject to that. But the thing is like, it's not even public nudity. Like, this man was in his home. I don't know. It's such a tricky situation, and people online have a lot of honestly pretty interesting takes on the whole situation.
That girl was not sexually assaulted. I've actually been stewing on this for a couple days, simply because I don't want to hop on a bandwagon of people hating on a girl who had something unfortunate happen to her, but she was not sexually assaulted. As somebody who has been sexually assaulted, who has been raped, you were not sexually assaulted. At the most, you were sexually harassed. At the most, it was public indecent. Actually, he was not in the public, he was in the privacy of his home, so it was indecent exposure, but you were not sexually assaulted.
In the nicest way possible, what happened to this woman was not assault. It was harassment. And there is a difference. If she tries to sue, which I understand, depending on the state, like I'm in Indiana, it's an at-law, what's it called? At-law state, whatever. You can be fired and they don't have to give you a reason. That's how it is here in Indiana. I don't know about where she's at. But if she wholeheartedly believes that she was fired and for no reason, okay, that's fine. Sue. But if you are going to sue, your wording matters. That court is going to tear you apart if you say that this man assaulted you when he didn't even touch you.
She is not the victim. She is trying to gaslight and manipulate us. You decided to film somebody in their own home. Film that person asleep with their meat out and then post it on the internet. Was that instruction on the DoorDash order? Because all you were instructed to do was drop off the food at the front door.
So honestly, I just feel like no matter what, the guy getting banned from DoorDash, her getting kicked off the platform, her doxing him, making this whole situation, it's so hard because we don't know with 100% certainty what happened. The only way we would know would be if this guy would post a video about his side of the story, if he had like Ring doorbell footage or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard to have a take on this, because if he was in his house and the door was closed and she opened it, like when she was supposed to just leave the order at his door, like, girl, come on, what the heck? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say about this whole situation. As also, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe because it's totally free to do. But that is the situation as it stands, so I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Louie, do you want to make a video too? Did you miss me today? I know, my baby. You're a good boy. You're my good dog. I love you. I love Lou. You look at the camera. He's so cute.